I always do this. Why do I do this? All the time. It's like I'm developing my evil mastermind. Hi there. Today is November 6th, day 6 on NaNoWriMo. And today I want to talk about choices. You're so curious. What are you doing? Anyway, I wanted to talk about choices because we always have a choice. And it's kind of hard to recognize when we have the choice to do something. For instance, last night I was kind of struggling to get into the mood to write, and I was behind and I felt guilty about that. I wrote that letter hoping it would kind of kick me in gear, and that worked to some degree, but I was still kind of dreading sitting down to write. Part of my problem is, I've explained it before, I'm writing some scenes that are inserted in the old text, and so it's not feeling as fresh and as creative as some of the stuff that I'm really excited to write about, which will happen once I get some of these older scenes in. But what I realized, I was like washing my hands or cleaning a dish or something, I had this pop and I was like, oh, I want to go write. And then my brain shifted again and said, but I don't want to write those scenes. I don't want to do that. So what I realized was that I'm excited about writing, but not these scenes. And that just kind of clarified what I just was already thinking in my head. And then I realized, well, duh, I have a choice on how I feel about writing. I know that I'm excited about writing, so why can't I translate that feeling? I can maybe transfer that to writing these scenes. I want to get done with those scenes, so shouldn't I be excited to get closer to being done with those scenes? So I just kind of realized there is a choice. You can make a choice in your response to things. It's something that's kind of like high-level self-management, and it was something that was taught to me by a therapist I saw briefly while I was in college and like going crazy. But it's something that I wanted to share here, and I don't know that I very clearly articulated it, but it's like we make choices all day long about things that don't really matter, but we forget that we can make choices about things that really do matter. Our reactions to things. And so I was not choosing to feel kind of uninspired and guilty about not making enough progress. I was not making the choice to kind of really not want to sit down and write. So I made the choice to feel positive about it. And doing that, I was able to find the positives about the situation. I was getting closer to writing the stuff I'm really interested in writing, which makes it sound like these scenes are really boring, but no, they're really interesting. These scenes are so kind of monumental, and I didn't really know how they were going to go down, and I was kind of waiting for the rest of the text to influence these scenes, and I think I'm there. I just needed to force myself to do it, and I was really kind of nervous about it, and that anxiety really stops me from doing anything. And so that's what that therapist had taught me, is that I have a choice in how I respond. And so I was just kind of repeating all of my mistakes I made throughout college and just having anxiety and stopping, just stopping and running away. But that's all I have today, is just, you have a choice, and with that choice you can either apply it to the things, your commitments, the things you've promised you would do, NaNoWriMo, or you can choose to go away from that. Or maybe not choose and just let your whole body and everything, let your mind decide. But I would rather not be a slave to my subconscious, and I would like to make conscious decisions. So I choose that when I'm done editing this video and putting it up, that I will go write some more. And as a side note, I did finally catch up on the word count. I'm about 200 words ahead. The last scene that I wrote was all dialogue. I was tired, so I may go back in and kind of flesh that out a little bit today. I may just leave it the way it is. It's not a terribly important scene, so I'm feeling a little better. I'm feeling a little more fresh. I'm making progress. I'm still being a tortoise. I'm getting the word count right along that diagonal line we see. Well, actually it's this way. That diagonal line that we all see on the Nano page, I'm keeping right in line with that, just wiggling a little bit. But I'm being a tortoise and I'm getting the words in and I'm doing it. So for anybody out there having trouble, just kind of re-examine your thoughts around sitting down. If you're feeling anxious, just realize you can choose to feel happy about it. You can find the things about it that you enjoy. And I hope that that will help if you're having troubles. If you're not, congratulations on having the best NaNoWriMo ever. I'm attempting that, and I'll see you tomorrow for another update. Bye! Why do cats always want to put their butts in your face? Please go away. Ow! Don't use your claws. She never gets to see the upper shelf. Forbidden section.